but as soon as I opened the lid, poison gas began pouring out.
That's quite a convenient testimony.
It sounds like a total lie, doesn't it?
Overruled, there are parts of Mr. Gustavi's testimony that I have issues with, as well. However, there is no evidence to disprove.
But that's...
I feel good now.
But it would not make sense for suspicion to fall on Lady Catherine before myself. She may have intended to release the poison gas haphazardly. Kate returned the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She was specifically targeting the person who triggered the trap. Mr. Gustavia. Oh, wait, it just disconnected me.
You were her only
It does
target.
that sometimes.
It's fine
Mr.
for...
Gustavia, you were her only target. You were being to accept the world of this criminal.
Miss Hall must atone for her crimes. However, the same can be said for the criminal from 18 years ago.
Sir Prosecutor, it seems you wish to suspect me to the bitter end. However, I have no reason to murder Sir Dover. If there is no evidence to suggest that I killed him, you cannot suspect me.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you prove that Mr. Gustavia is the criminal?
All we know for sure is that Mr. Gustavia fell victim to the poison gas. No matter how strange his behavior was, it won't prove he committed the murder.
That's... Mr. Shields, is there nothing we can do?
Well, if there isn't any evidence, we should try to reorganize the facts. If Mr. Gustavia was the one who killed Mr. Dover, there must have been a motive.
Motive? Mr. Gustavia himself is denying that such a motive exists. Simple.
Gray?
It's not easy to take another person's life. 18 years ago, your old man also discussed motive with Prosecutor Von Karma.
You claim the collaboration is irrelevant? If Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's relationship had turned sour. It could serve as a motive for murder.
We couldn't talk with Mr. Gustavia 18 years ago, but this time things are different. If we connect everything we've learned so far, the truth might be revealed.
Yes, I suppose so. It seems I must re-examine the information from 18 years ago. I must recall all the details that have remained unexplained.
So, the glove finger on the picture frame was yours doing.
You see? Ah.
Delisha denied leaving the finger marks on the frame. If they were left by Mr. Gustavia, he may have been trying to view the angel's recipe.
Monsieur must have asked me to change the film in the camera. It seems the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining. Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though.
The information my father collected 18 years ago was certainly not for naught. If there is no evidence, then I shall use logic to reveal the truth. I'll make you proud, father. Connect 4, literally. Well, I don't get it though. How does the film connect? Assuming these two are connected, how are these?
Well, somebody took pictures of the
Of the
recipe so
recipe.
that they didn't have to win to get it.
Hey, it's like taking a picture of the homework on the board instead of copying it.
I used to get in so much trouble for doing that.
Yeah, same. Mr. Gustavia, you collaborated with the victim, Isaac Dover, to create your desserts, didn't you? As presumed, he has no answer.
He's so lost.
I wish I had a soundboard because I'd have cricket sound effects.
They're actually not that hard
like
to
you
set
know
up,
my
I
secret.
believe.
It is me, a Russian. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, that's Italian, you dimwit.
You want some spaghetti? I'm a Russian. It's me, Mario. Mario is
It's
Russian.
me, Mario,
Hello, it is me.
the Russian plumber.
Simple lag out?
Simple?
Oh, you might have lagged out.
One
Oh, man.
second.
There we
Okay.
go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it seems you know about my secret.
Mr. Shields, tell me about it. Mr. Dover handled the design while you were in charge of the taste. Is that correct?
Ugh. Back then, my training had been insufficient.
And this is all, remember guys, this is all thanks to the fact that Mr. Shields swallowed his notepad. It seems you worked together until the semi-finals, but not during the finals. Why is that?
We both wish to compete in the finals against Sir Master on our own merits.
Objection! You must have also helped with Isaac Dover's dessert even during the finals.
Ugh. What makes you able to declare something like that?
Didn't you tell Prosecutor von Kammer about it yourself 18 years ago? That you cooperated until the day before the finals? The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Sherbert. What the fuck? Such an amount would most likely need to be left overnight to freeze. Which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before.
That's right. So you realized Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals.
Then, why did Mr. Dover not help Mr. Gustavia in return? Oh my god.
Objection.
Black objection.
The views of the dead are of no concern to me.
Why did Isaac Dover not help you in return?
Ugh.
If there is a reason why your partnership with Isaac Dover broke down, that would be a motive for murder. Bam.
That could be a possibility. However, Sir Dover and I attended.
Whoa. Let's go.
Sir Dover and I ended our partnership peacefully.
That's a good accent.
Peaceful breakup? That's hard to imagine.
Yo,
Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
romance. What do you mean?
Not to mention it's absurd to think that I killed Sir Dover in Sir Master's room. I couldn't have killed Sir Dover while Master was also there making desserts. In other words, there's no way I could have committed a murder.
Did that just get really loud mid-sentence?
Dude, I heard it too, and also faster. That's some weird mic. That's not true. If there was a moment when Mr. Master was absent from the room, I could prove that it was possible for Mr. Gustavia to commit the murder. And all I have to do is connect the dots. Kabah! Okay, maybe, to be fair, this is a pretty weak link.
Yeah.
But it was a really good theory.
What the?
I thought we'd have to connect all the dots
Wait, what?
at that moment.
Never mind.
We're good.
The pieces don't fit together quite right. I need to reconsider the information.
Oh, so he...
Never mind, it wasn't a weak Or is it this
Oh,
one?
because it was probably in Mr. Master's room. No, wait.
Did someone use it?
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
wasn't he taking pictures of all the desserts?
Was he?
Or was that Kate?
Who's that exactly? Ah, maybe she couldn't have. Maybe he couldn't have murdered him while he was there because Kate also would have been there, who was also taking photos on the side. I don't know.
Hmm. And Julio is muted, so we can ask for a hint.
Well,
Uh.
I don't know. Want to take the risk?
Hmm. What do you think, Simple?
Let's see. What are we putting together?
Okay, we're thinking that the film, like the fact that there's not enough film in the camera and the timing of the murder are linked together somehow. But at the same time, we also think that he might have wanted to take a picture of it. Take a picture of the recipe, and that's why like there's not enough film, because someone used the film to take a picture of the recipe.
That makes the most sense to me.
Okay,
The
never
raining
mind.
Film and the, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry I doubted you, Bella. Oh my god. If he had photographed the content of the angel recipe, he wouldn't need to steal it. Perhaps Mr. Gustavia used Mr. Master's camera to take the pictures.
If he had stolen the actual recipe book, the police would have found out.
I see. Pictures, eh?
The problem is the time at which he entered Mr. Master's room.
Mr. Gustavia could have moved around freely during the afternoon tea, right? Because it seems both him and Mr. Drover did not participate in the afternoon tea.
Oh, that's right.
If I remember correctly, the only time we can prove that Mr. Dover was still alive is...
The victim was not seen as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master.
Was Master Desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no. After the afternoon tea, I also ate Icy's desserts.
After the contest began, Isaac Dover was locked up in his room. If we assume he was killed at some point before Delisha snuck into his room, then there is a high chance that he was killed before the afternoon tea was over.
I wonder what it could be.
Isaac Dover was alive up until the afternoon tea began. Ergo, that is the only time when Gustavia could have killed Dover.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you satisfied?
Sorry, but I am far from satisfied, because I am finally starting to see the truth behind this case.
Are you saying you have found some evidence to show us the truth?
No, there is no need to present any evidence, since we can just have Mr. Gustavia tell us the truth.
Ah, so this is where you use that, right?
What's that? Indeed, Mr. Gustavia, there is one thing I want you to tell me. I said, Mr. Gustavia, there is one thing I want you to tell me. He hasn't even asked.
What is it?
During the finals of the contest, you made your desserts on your own.
I wanted to compete for the title of the world's greatest pastry chef on my own merits.
Objection! If that was truly the case, you would have completed on your own merits from the start. I want you to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with Isaac Dover. Oh my god, is it logic chess? Fuck! God.
Oh, great. And Shaw's not here.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like she's a lot better at this than I am.
Yeah, same.
Kill him.
Oh,
Give
Kill
it our
him.
best shot, yeah?
During the contest 18 years ago, Mr. Gustavia collaborated with Mr. Dover. I wonder, what made them decide to cooperate in the first place? That's what I need to draw out from him, but... Shit!
Jesus.
It seems he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. First, I'll ask about why he collaborated with Mr. Dover. The truth has been hidden for 18 years. That ends today. Logic chess. So, why did you decide to collaborate with Isaac Dover? He's meditating.
Sir
So you're doing
Dover and
great.
I were already acquaintances even before the contest began. Since he was interested in the contest, we simply decided to enter it together.
Joining forces with a sculptor? You weren't confident in your own abilities?
You know nothing about me. We wanted to make great works together.
I think like this isn't, what do you call it? It doesn't provoke him. There we go. I will reveal all your lies for what they are. What? I thought that was a genuine question.
Didn't he say like when he's meditating, that's when you wait or whatever?
Was he meditating?
I guess he was.
Oh.
Is
I
that
think
all?
his eyes are closed.
You bore me with your empty threats, Sir Prosecutor.
I need to be careful not to make careless statements. I must read my opponent's reactions and emotions and strike with the right words.
Yeah, we already read this there. So I guess wait and see.
Sir Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school. We all got along well from the start.
Really? So are you going to share the title of world's greatest pastry chef together? Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up! Wake up! No, you tell him to wake up!
Rishi, why are you sleeping?
My condition may be worsening. I should get back to the infirmary.
Wait! I was too passive there. What?
When he's meditating, you attack him. When he's meditating, you attack him. I guess.
Fuck. As expected, he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. Mr. Dover was a sculptor. I doubt he had any interest in the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. In that case, where did his true goal lie? Oh, God. Holy, don't unzip, not here.
That was my chair.
Indeed. My goal was the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. However, Sir Dover's goal was the grand prize, the angel's recipe.
I see. You cooperated because your interests were aligned. I just want to say simple. I like your Russian accent because it's not exaggerated and over the top. It's very subtle. Like how actual Russians speak. Well, there must have been a reason why your partnership soured.
Sir Prosecutor, I am the victim of a poisoning. if you are going to suspect me in this manner, perhaps I'd better return to the infirmary.
Wait a moment.
In that case, you should end things soon. I am not a patient man.
As long as you don't fall asleep, buddy. It seems he's trying to leave. I can't let that happen. He's still hiding something. Next, I should ask him about his true goal. Thank you, game. I need to keep the pressure on him, while being cautious of the time. Did you want to
Do you
appear
have another
on...
goal?
Did you have another goal besides the title? The title alone doesn't seem to have much value.
Ugh, no, how dare you, the likes of you, insult the title of a confectionery artist. My only goal was the title itself. I had no interest in anything else. My dream was to become the world's greatest pastry chef. "18 years ago, I was lacking in design sense. However, things are different now.
Oh, are you saying you have improved at your craft?
Exactly. For I have trained at the Republic of Zhengfa.
Why is he laughing?
Yeah, he's happy.
He's so happy that he studied Mr. Master's works.
Oh, simple.
Yeah, hold on. Yes. At the time, I also studied Mr. Master's works. I would often watch his show with my son.
So, you were studying Mr. Master's work to improve your own skills. If you had his recipes, perhaps it would have been easier for you to become the world's greatest. I see what you did there, Edgeworth.
Perhaps. To a pastry chef, Sir Master's recipes were worth their weight in gold.
Heh. If becoming the world's greatest pastry chef was your goal, you should have also been interested in the grand prize, the Angel's Recipe.
The recipes of the world's greatest pastry chef. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't interested. However, I wouldn't think that simply being interested would be a problem.
I wonder about that.
Simply being interested.
Ha ha ha. I also saw that. The Angel's Recipe true nature was not for making desserts, but cures. And all of the contest participants should have been aware of that. Looks like I'm getting close. He isn't meditating anymore. Now to slowly but surely drive him into a corner. Next, I'll ask what he planned to use the recipe book for. Do you hear me, Gustavia? That's what I'm going to ask you. The Angel's Recipe. Did you know its true value?
Silly question. It contains Sir Master's best for desserts recipes. Any pastry chef worth their salt would want it.
It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning.
Oh crap.
Maybe I should try with another line of attack. I didn't get penalized. Did you intend to win the Angel's Recipe and use it to make desserts?
Of course. If I obtained the Angel's Recipe, I was going to use it in my training.
I hear the Angel's Recipe was worth a lot of money.
I don't know the exact details, but that recipe book was much too valuable to be sold.
You seem to know quite a lot about the Angel's Recipe.
It was explained to all the contest participants at the beginning of the contest.
In that case, you must know about the recipe book's true nature. That it was not a recipe book for dessert at all.
Impressive, Sir Prosecutor. So you know the true nature of the angel's recipe. The angel's recipe. Some have called it the ultimate recipe book. It contained formulas for new medicines that were not yet on the market.
He knew the recipes were actually formulas for new medicines. This could be a useful clue. The angel's recipe. Looks like that clue will come in handy. You may have studied design in Zhengfa. However, your skills in line could use more work. You just said earlier that the angel's recipe contained formulas for
I think
medicine.
that's racist.
What? How? You weren't interested in desserts. You wanted the medicine formulas. Oh shit. Now, why would a pastry chef such as yourself be so interested in medicine? Perhaps what you were really after was the information about the new medicine.
I've underestimated you, Sir Prosecutor. Yes. My goal was more than just the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. At the time, my son was ill. I needed a recipe for the medicine.
If the jury was here, you'd hear them go, Your son was ill? Tell me more about that.
To protect my son's honor, I can say no more.
Judging by the worried look on his face, that must have struck a nerve. Next, I need him to tell me more about his son's illness. This is it! This will be my final move of the game. Okay. What was the name of your son's illness?
Sir Prosecutor, how insensitive of you. My son was seriously ill. I will not be discussing this with the likes of you.
It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack. I must read my opponent's emotions and reactions and strike with the right words. What kind of person was your son?
My boy, he loved the desserts I made.
Did you enter the contest solely for your son?
Sir Prosecutor, you could never understand the feelings a father has for his son. I wanted nothing more than to cure my boy's illnesses.
I doubt it.
Until the semi-finals, my son would always drop by the contest venue to play.
Is that so? Wouldn't he get in your way? I doubt you had time to care for your son while you were challenging Mr. Master.
That may be so, but I wanted to grant my son's wish. He said he always wanted to be first to eat my desserts.
Your son seems pretty healthy to me.
Oh, what?
No.
No?
I said the answer.
Sorry. What? Okay. No.
I'm getting sicker. I'm going to die.
Wait, don't die. Fuck. If you die, I'll die first. Okay. I was about to press the other one. Shit.
Your son sounds pretty healthy to me.
About your son. If he was so sick, wouldn't it be difficult for him to come and play with you?
My son's illnesses. It wasn't life-threatening.
That might serve as a clue. What was the name of your son's illness?
Sir Prosecutor,
we've
how
already read this.
insensitive of you.
Oh god. Oh, we're gonna cut it pretty close. Oh
Looks
shit.
like that clue will come in handy. You told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Is there really a need to be so secretive about it?
It wasn't enough to keep him from living a normal life.
Hold on. That must have been difficult for your son.
I tried everything I could to cure his illnesses. It wasn't fair for the poor boy. He could never taste the desserts he loved so much.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Was he too fat? The angel's recipe contained a cure for certain illness, a remedy that could also cure Mr. Master's taste disorder.
What? He had it too.
He had it too. I see. So your son suffers from a taste disorder.
I didn't think you'd figure it out so quickly.
In order to cure your son's taste disorder, you needed the recipe book. Wasn't that your true goal?
It is as you say.
Based on how he's acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack.
Recipe book? That's yeah.
Did the angel's recipe have the only cure?
Yes. Though the medicine is being sold everywhere now. At the time, the recipe book was my one and only option. That's why I continued making my desserts without joining the others for tea time.
So you weren't interested in what Mr. Master was making? You sure seemed confident in your chances of winning.
I couldn't be bothered to pay attention to the other contestants' desserts.
What? Fuck! No! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, we're gonna cut it so fucking close, Jesus.
You just said earlier that you studied Mr. Master's works. That's right, how would I forget? In addition, your goal was to win the contest in order to get the medicine formula. You must have been curious about the other contestants' entries as well.
There was time to sample the other desserts during the contest, but none of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't want to eat any of it. I suspect I may have been a bit nervous as well.
So everything he ate tasted flavorless. This could be a useful clue. Okay. We're kinda gonna have to...
Alright, I think
What?
we can do this.
Okay.
I think we can do this.
Wait, you told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Oh, yeah,
Let me
right.
read this.
Okay, here we go.
It is as you say.
Based on how he's acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. Looks like that clue will come in handy. Being unable to taste anything, regardless of what you eat, such a bitter illness. That reminds me, didn't you say something similar earlier? None of the entries had any flavor, so I didn't feel like eating any of it, wasn't it? Perhaps your son wasn't the only one who suffered from a taste disorder. It's hard to imagine being a successful pastry chef without a sense of taste. Perhaps what you really wanted was to cure yourself?
That's completely ludicrous. 18 years ago, I made those desserts all by myself.
It seems you've caught yourself in a contradiction. Didn't you cooperate with Isaac Dover in the contest? You can hardly say you made the desserts all by yourself. Clearing his throat. You must take great pride in your abilities as a pastry chef, but to betray your pride and cooperate with another contestant. You did it all to cure your own disease.
Well done, Sir Prosecutor. It is as you say. The one with the taste disorder is not my son. It is I.
Wait, but we haven't even established that he's the one who killed him. Or we haven't even established the murder. We've only reached the tip of the iceberg. No pun intended.
No one knew. I've kept it a secret for 18 years.
It doesn't matter how long a secret is kept. If you lie before me, I will expose it. Dane Gustavia and Isaac Dover were both trying to obtain the recipes for the new medicines. Gustavia to cure his condition, and Dover most likely to sell the recipe book for money. For this reason, they entered the contest as a collaborative effort. And with that... checkmate. Wait, I had way less health than that. What?
No. Huh.
Logic chess complete.
Woo! Yeah.